Welcome back to Charlie Talks Global, where today we're diving into the vibrant cultures that make our world so fascinating.
Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise, and today, well, we're diving into something pretty big from Apple.
Definitely.
A recent 36-degree report lays out this groundbreaking 3-year plan. They're planning a complete overhaul of the iPhone's design.
Yeah, it's quite unprecedented.
We're talking slimline models, foldables, even curved glass designs. A whole series of transformations coming over the next 3 years, so let's dig in.
Absolutely. And what's really striking here, I think, isn't just, one new phone. It's the scale.
The scale.
Yeah, the commitment. For the first time ever, Apple seems to be planning 3 consecutive years of major design revisions. It feels like a direct response to that design fatigue people have been talking about.
Right, the feeling that iPhones have looked pretty similar for a while now.
Exactly. So this is a really significant strategic shift for them.
Okay, so this report paints a picture of constant evolution year after year. Where should we start breaking this down?
Well, I think the timeline starts in 2025.
Yeah.
That's when we supposedly see the iPhone Air.
The Air, like the MacBook Air.
Precisely. The idea seems to be an ultra-thin model replacing the current Plus line, sort of echoing that original MacBook Air launch strategy, thinner, lighter, more attractive, designed to really grab your attention.
But that's a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Does thinner and lighter still have that same wow factor today? Especially if there are trade-offs.
That's the key question. And the report does suggest some compromises.
Yeah.
For that slimness, you might be looking at maybe shorter battery life.
Okay.
And maybe just a single rear camera. Also, interestingly, no physical SIM card slot.
Right, eSIM only.
But the really big strategic piece here, under the hood, is that this model is expected to debut Apple's own modem chip, developed in-house.
Moving away from Qualcomm finally in a major release.
Exactly. It's not just about supply chains. It's about deep integration, controlling their cellular tech long-term. It could unlock, more advanced features down the line.
And what about the other models that year? The standard 17, the Pros?
Those seem to be getting more moderate changes. Camera system updates, maybe? Oh, and a new orange color option for the Pro models is mentioned.
Orange, interesting. Okay, so after the Air in 25, what's next, according to the report? 2026.
2026 looks like the year Apple finally enters the foldable market. The report mentions a code name, V68.
A foldable iPhone. That's been rumored for years.
Right. And the design described is that book-style fold, kind of like Samsung's Galaxy Fold. So it unfolds into a small tablet. Apple seems ready to tackle this market head-on.
Okay, what else do we know about this V68 foldable key features?
Well, it's expected to have 4 cameras in total, 1 on the front, 1 on the inner screen, and 2 on the rear. And, like the rumored Air, no physical SIM slot again.
eSIM becoming standard then.
Seems like it. And what's also really interesting is a potential return to Touch ID fingerprint recognition instead of Face ID.
Really? Why would they do that?
Good question. Maybe it's user preference. Maybe it's more practical on a foldable form factor. Maybe cost. It's hard to say for sure.
What about the tech inside?
It's expected to feature the C2 modem. That's Apple's next generation self-developed cellular chip. The goal is apparently performance parity with Qualcomm's latest. And crucially for a foldable, they've supposedly adjusted the screen tech to minimize that crease.
The crease is always the big concern with foldables.
Always. Mass production is reportedly planned for early next year, aiming for an autumn 2026 release. Black and white colors are being tested, apparently.
Okay, Air in 25, foldable in 26. That brings us to 2027. What's the grand finale?
2027 is the iPhone's 20th anniversary. And for that, the report suggests something called the iPhone 20. This sounds like a really radical aesthetic shift.
How so?
It's described as a complete departure from the square-edged design they've used since, 2020. This one would feature all-around curved glass edges.
Wow, like going back to the curves of older iPhones, but maybe more extreme?
Perhaps. The report anticipates it pairing with a new liquid glass interface, too, for a whole new visual and tactile feel. It's positioned as setting the design tone for the next decade of the iPhone.
Fundamentally changing the look and feel.
Exactly. It's not just tweaking things. It's trying to reestablish Apple as the leader in hardware design,
Yeah.
Especially when competitors are constantly trying new things.
So if you zoom out and look at this whole 3-year plan, the Air, the foldable, the curved iPhone 20, It feels like a concerted effort to reignite excitement, right?
Absolutely. It's about breaking that perceived design stalemate,
Yeah.
bringing back some of that original iPhone wow factor.
Getting people excited, maybe even queuing up again.
That seems to be the hope. But beyond just consumer buzz, it's also a massive signal to the market.
To investors, competitors.
Yeah. Apple's showing that the iPhone is still its core innovation engine, that they're moving way beyond just, bumping up internal specs each year. It's a very visible statement about leading on design.
Which is vital, I suppose, in such a mature smartphone market.
Totally. They need to keep pushing the envelope.
Okay, so wrapping this up, this isn't just a minor refresh cycle. It's looking like a really profound, multi-year strategic reimagining of the iPhone based on these reports.
A complete overhaul, really.
So, thinking about these ambitious plans, thinner, foldable, curved designs, what does this signal more broadly for the future of smartphones? Are we maybe entering a new golden age of hardware innovation across the board? Or is Apple perhaps just playing catch-up in areas like foldables? What stands out most to you as the really exciting or surprising part of this whole plan?